of teaching is grew out structural situationalism in the mid 1960s. Summaries I found. Jeremy Harmer proposed this model, and this PPP stands for presentation, practice, and production. This is a flexible model of language teaching and learning. It is used to teach any language skill and any language aspects. A teacher presents and teaches language to the students by demonstrating it, explaining it, and giving students a lot of practice time. Reasoning of using PPP model is it is based on effective learning principles. It is an easy model to use for planning lessons or a series of lessons, and it ensures that students learn to use language. The lesson is divided off into different activities or phases so that students are not bored. It has a good balance between teachers' talking time and students' activity. And this model has a good balance of language skills. It includes all the method of language teaching. And it is flexible model and can be used for many different learning levels and contexts. It gives an opportunity for students to practice becoming more fluent in English. It provides a useful starting point for new teachers, and it encourages students to be more active in their learning. Now, PPP model, presentation, practice, and production. This model represents a linear movement from presentation to practice. It represents an accuracy to fluency model of instructions. Learning cycles begins with the form of new language or grammar items. Here presentation refers. I'm going to describe some presentation in some point. Presentation means that in the presentation, the teacher introduces the situations for new grammar concepts, which contextualizes the language to be taught. Teacher presents, explains, and demonstrates the meaning and the form of new grammar items that students need to learn. And teacher shows there what it means, how and when it is used, what it sounds like, etc. Teacher uses real object or pictures or draw object, people or a situation. It may involves the use of visual aids, real life examples or context-rich materials to help students understand the grammar point. Teachers tell students about a situation which demonstrates the structures of the grammar items. Students read the text or dialogue which contains examples of grammar item. This can be a story or a dialogue. Teachers mimes and actions or acts out a role or a dialogue which helps so what the new language is and when it is used. The presentation should be clear, concise, and engaging. Teacher draw attentions of the students or attractions. And practice. Students are to get enough time to practice new grammar items. Students practice the grammar structure using accurate reproductions by using a variety of language learning activities, suppose fill in the blanks exercise, matching tasks, or transformation drills. In this way, students can practice individually or in pairs, in groups, or as a whole class discussion. Teachers should understand fast activity should be controlled and slowly do the activities with less controlled environment. Teacher's role as a monitor, check, and help to the student. The main aim of this stage is to achieve accuracy. Then production. Students do the activities that they may have to do when they leave the classroom. In this phase is the final rehearsal for using correct grammatical forms in the real communications. Students make sentences of their own using the grammar structure. In this way, the students may engage in a role play, discussion, or writing tasks where they have the freedom to express themselves while incorporating the target grammar. The teacher monitor. In the production phase, the teacher monitor and helps to the students and guides to the residence. Production is also called a free practice. The main aim of this stage is to achieve fluency. And then some of the limitations of this PPP models are: language are learned incrementally, one grammar at a time, and our teachers influence the process by choosing which grammars to focus on. Language acquisition is more complex, less time consuming, and less subject to teacher interventions. It means there should not be teachers interventions on language acquisition. It is more complex to learn language. And the PPP models assumes that accuracy is prioritized over fluency, but all the learners go through a long process of making mistakes. In the meantime, you may be able to communicate your intended meaning fluently. Delaying communication until accuracy is achieved can be counterproductive, and this is a time-consuming model of teaching. And then I am going to conclude my presentation. The conclusion is the PPP model is a popular approach to teaching grammar because it is relatively easy to implement and effective for many learners. Despite the criticism mentioned above, or limitations mentioned above, the PPP model remains a popular approach to grammar education. Additionally, PPP model can be used to teach a wide range of grammatical structures.